Did you know I've made more than 30 squishies?
I didn't know that, but I knew you were making them.
So I'm just going to be up here for the beginning of the video, scrolling the instructions, and then once we get later in the video when we're doing the experiment, I'm going to go back there and Danielle's going to scroll the instructions.
That's right. Hello and welcome back to Axoschools.
Hello!
Wow, hello! We've been learning about digestion, and yesterday we even made
Poop. It was cool, but it was kind of gross.
poop. So if you didn't check that out, you need to go back and see that one for sure.
Yes, and today we are going to do an experiment with Alka Seltzer. Kurosh, can you tell us what we need for the experiment?
Yes, we're going to need 2 balloons, but we have a bunch, and we have some more on the table. We're going to need 2 20-ounce bottles, so we have those right here, empty. We're going to need 2 Alka Seltzers, or I give up. Or you could just use Tums or anything like that. We're going to need a funnel. Where is it? Right here. We are going to need, let's see, 1 cup of water. So we have our measuring cup, and then we have the water to pour into it. Along that, we have 1 cup of oil. And then we're also going to need a string. So we have our string right here. We're going to need a ruler right here. And then finally, you're going to need to create a data table with like this. So it has oil, water, and then Tums and Alka Settlers. So these seltzers?
Seltzers.
Okay, I give up. And we have a little secret liquid for later.
Yeah, we do.
What else do we need, Aaliyah?
We need safety goggles. We need safety
goggles.
goggles
That's
to be safe.
right.
Exactly.
So when we're doing our chemistry, we don't get anything in our eyes.
Absolutely. What do we need to put in our data table?
Well, we have 2 different liquids, the oil and the water. Well, 3, not including our secret.
We've got a secret.
Mm.
So we need a column for the liquid.
Mm-hmm.
And we are testing how big the balloons blow up. We should have a column for that. It should look like our chart.
Yep, so in each one of these, we can just fill out how big is the balloon when we put Tums in water? How big is the balloon when we put Alka Seltzer in water? And then we do the same thing for oil as well. In this experiment, though, we're going to be learning how bases, these Alka Seltzer tabs,
The settlers.
yep, with how they react with substances that are hydrophobic and hydrophilic. But we need to talk about what those words mean and their definitions. So let's break down the word hydrophobic first. Does anyone know what hydro stands for?
It stands for water.
That's right. Does anyone know what a phobia is?
It's when you're afraid of something.
Also right, Mr. Head that comes onto the screen.
Every
like
time
that.
it needs to talk.
So hydrophobic is a substance that is afraid of water. So let's tackle the word hydrophilic. We know that hydro means water, but what does philic mean?
So let's start with the word fill. It comes from a Greek verb meaning to love. So what does hydrophilic mean?
To love water.
To love water.
I love you.
That's right. So substances that are hydrophilic love to be with water. Now we're going to learn how bases react with substances that both love water and hate water.
To do this experiment, we're going to try to blow up a balloon, but not with our mouths. We are going to use an antacid tablets like Tums or Alka Seltzer,
Alka Seltzer.
which are both common bases.
We are going to add our base to both oil and water in this experiment and see if we can get a balloon blown up.
The main research question for today is, how does hydrophobicity influence acid-base reactions?
Before we get started, we're going to need to talk about the independent and dependent variables.
Hello. An independent variable is a variable that you can control.
Absolutely. Yes, the independent variable is the one that you can change during the experiment. For example, in an experiment on the effect of light on plant growth, you decide how much light the plant receives. The amount of light is the independent variable.
So now that we've talked about our independent variable and we know that definition, what in our experiment is the independent variable?
Since it's the thing that we can control and change, it's going to be the type of solution, whether it's the oil or the water.
That's right. Now let's talk about the definition of a dependent variable. If you depend on something, what does that mean?
That means you rely on something.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, exactly. So the dependent variable depends on the independent variable, but what does it mean about the dependent variable?
That means it's possible, it's the possible outcome of the experiment or the effect of the independent variable might have on the experiment is the dependent variable. For example, if you want to know how much light a plant needs to grow, the amount of growth is the dependent variable that you're controlling, which is the light.
That's right. We also have variables that are controlled in our experiment. The first one is the amount of liquid that we're actually adding. And we've determined that that's going to be 1 cup for every single liquid that we have. We also control the amount of Alka Seltzer or Tums that we're adding, and that's going to be 1 tablet. And the type of balloon that we're using. These are just good old standard balloons.
Alka Seltzer is a quick over-the-counter medicine used for when you have an upset stomach.
Yeah, it's made of a base called bicarbonate. We talked about pH yesterday, so can anybody give me an example of a number on the pH scale that would be representative
10.
of a base? How did you know I was going to say that? Did you read my mind?
Or did you read the script?
Wow. Yes, nice job. In this experiment, we will be testing 2 liquids, maybe more. You'll just have to wait to find out. Water and oil are what we're going to start with. Although water has a neutral pH of 7, it can still donate or accept hydrogen or H+ ions, allowing it to react with acids and bases.
Oil, on the other hand, even though it also has a neutral pH, it doesn't release hydrogen ions easily. So let's see what happens in our experiment. But first, we should create a hypothesis.
For your guys' knowledge, a hypothesis is an educated guess.
My hypothesis is that the water will have a greater reaction to the Alka Seltzer because it can donate the what is it called?
Alka Seltzer. Yep.
Seltzer.
Like seltzer water.
It is a tricky one.
I'm never gonna get that. It can donate because it can donate the hydrogen ions.
To get started, we need to fill 1 bottle with 1 cup of water. So this can be our water bottle because it matches you. And we need to fill the other one with 1 cup of oil. So let's do
yellows represent the
Water
oil.
first.
That worked out.
Yep. So let's do the water first. That's very full. All right, Krish, will you switch with me?
Yes.
So you can fill the oil cup. We only have 1 measuring cup, so.
You gotta have your protective glasses on, or else
Yes.
your face might explode.
Mandy, glasses.
There's only a 50% chance that your face will explode.
That water almost got in my eye.
That's right.
I'm spilling it everywhere.
That's okay.
It's all right. We'll clean up after. Science can be messy. Now, 1 cup of oil, Roche.
Not yet.
Yeah, you can do it.
Yes, please.
Sorry.
Not yet. No, now.
You don't
Look, I'm just the voice that's off camera now.
Right, next we are going to crush the Alka Seltzer and put them in the balloons using the funnel.
Mm-hmm.
Crush them.
Well, take 1 out because there are 2 in there.
Danielle.
Okay.
Pro chef.
Pro chef status over here.
You want to crush it?
The oil takes a
Oh, you
while.
already crushed it.
A little bit.
Okay, so there should have been 2 tablets. in
Yeah,
there.
there's one that's pretty
Do you
full.
want me to take
He needs the other one.
Yeah, it's okay. We got one. Where's the other?
All right, so make sure you try to get all those tiny pieces into the balloon. You can use the funnel or you don't have to.
Yeah, I think we
Yeah. Get it.
This oil takes a while to come out. This is such a small hole in the top. So. Oh, done. Okay. I need the funnel back.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Ooh, this would be good for measuring.
Okay, we need to be able to get all of that
Wait,
inside.
wait, no, I have an idea.
Wow. Yep.
Yeah, that looks pretty mashed. Let me give you a close up here. There we go.
She really mashed it.
Woo! All right, how are you
Now
gonna
it's
get that
yeah,
into
do we have
this
like a small dry cup we could use?
No, wait, I can
balloon?
go like this, and then we can put it in the front. Oh no, now the funnel's all big.
Yeah, we need a napkin.
Here, I'm gonna go wash the funnel. If
Oh,
that's okay.
perfect. Yep.
Good thinking.
Now my hands are sticky.
So the next step, right, is to put the Alka Seltzer inside of the balloon. But when we flip it, we have to be careful that we keep it inside the balloon. Right, Danielle?
That's right.
Okay.
Because you don't want your experiment happening early.
No.
I wonder if we should take this label off of our bottle
So we can see.
if anything's
I'll do
happening.
it with this one
here.
too. Good thinking. Yeah, fun.
Oh, yesterday we made poop. Today we made pee. Yeah.
Things can be gross.
That's right. Gross but fun. Gross but fun.
For
Exactly.
her, it's just gross.
Yeah.
I like most science. I know the poop making was a little gross to me, but
So one of the things that we're going to test today, which we really didn't talk much about, is the difference between over-the-counter Alka Seltzer and over-the-counter antacid tablets. So these still have carbonate in it, and it says compared to the active ingredients in ultra strength Tums. So this off-brand, we're gonna see if it has the same power as Alka Seltzer, and then we're gonna just kind of figure out, you know,
yeah, it
Okay.
works.
does
I
it work?
got us a clean funnel. And
Oh.
I'm gonna take off my goggles because I literally can't see with them on. I'll take the 50% chance that my face will explode.
Well, when you put it on, you can put them back on. But yeah, I agree. It's really helpful.
Okay,
Where is the balloon?
balloon. Insert funnel into balloon.
Got it.
Excellent.
Pour time.
4 crushed tablets. Crushing
And now
now
we're
and
gonna
crush
crush
your tablet as well.
Okay, is this mine?
Yep. Might be easier to crush it in there, but
You want to crush
Oh.
it in?
did it go in?
Yeah, in there.
All right. So now as soon as Karosh crushes his, we'll let him do that.
What did you guys use to crush it?
I use this. I put it on the
And then-
table and just.
Then we,
Yeah, I'm just gonna do that too.
that works.
All right. So now we're ready for our experiment. Kinda. But we're gonna let Madonna go first. Madonna, you're gonna attach your balloon to the top of the bottle.
Be careful, but
But it's tricky because you don't want any of your Alka Seltzer to go in there yet. So, all right, looks like we are prepared. Are we
Yes.
prepared?
This way.
All right, so my suggestion would be to hold the bottom so that it does not
And
fly off. I mean, we don't know what's gonna happen here. So yeah, hold the bottom of it
should it?
and shake the crushed tablet into the bottle and let's just see what happens.
Okay, go ahead.
I'm scared.
Me too.
Yeah, we don't know.
Nothing's happening.
Okay, wait, let it go, let it go.
Watch the balloon.
Oh,
Now hold that.
bottom.
Now the question is it
Bring
gonna
it
be
a little closer to the camera.
Wow, that was pretty cool though.
the question
So we
is,
certainly know a chemical reaction happened there. We saw bubbles. We saw air. The
And now the
balloon
balloon's
actually
bigger.
filled.
okay, so now let's go
Okay, wait,
ahead.
let me get it.
And measure.
Maybe it might be advisable to use balloons that are a little easier to blow up. Not sure.
Maybe.
That's okay.
So now we're gonna wrap it around, measure the diameter of the balloon with our string. Now you're gonna hold your finger where the string is and go ahead and measure that on the ruler. And then someone can record. I'll record.
7.5 inches.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Wow, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
Okay, so that was water and that was with Alka Seltzer, right?
Yes, correct.
7.5 inches.
Okay.
All right, Madonna, go pull that off, run into the bathroom, pour it out down the sink is fine because it's just
Might
medicine.
pop. Okay.
And now we're gonna do the same thing with the oil
I'm
and
gonna
see
go
what
ahead and
happens.
Come up close for this
Cool.
one. Or I'll hold it closer once I got it ready.
All right.
But I gotta put the balloon around the cap
Mhm.
of the oil bottle.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna actually sorry, wait, oh no, it's too late now. Okay, I'm gonna flip it.
Here we go.
Putting all the stuff in. Let's see if it does anything.
Do you think it is going to? Bless
No,
you.
Thank you.
I do not think it is going to.
No. And why do you think that is? Do you remember what it said about oil and releasing the hydrogen ions? It says it doesn't really want to, right? So, I mean, we got some bubblage happening, but we have a really floppy balloon. I mean, maybe it's got
A little bit of air.
let's I mean, yeah.
Like I could feel something, but yeah, that's not that great.
Oh wow. What's that
Can you
about?
hold up the balloon there?
That was all of the
Mm-hmm.
We're pretty much at the original diameter, but we're at 5 inches.
Oh, actually, this ruler is broken, so the 7 inches was 6 inches, and the 5 inches is 4
Oh,
inches.
let me change our data.
It was still that many inches because the
No, there's an extra inch missing. Yeah, this ruler is missing an inch.
No worries,
So
my
yeah,
friend.
the 7 inches is actually 6 inches,
Rollers.
and the 4 inches is 5 inches.
All right, guys. Now, Mandana, let's do, so I'm not thinking, what do you guys think? I'm not thinking the oil's gonna do anything, no matter what kind of tablet we use, right?
No.
Probably not. So, Mandana, how about you do another cup of water, so we won't do the oil.
There's oil.
We're gonna have to go
I'll
wash
it up.
that out. Thank you, Krush.
Could I do the next water one because mine didn't have any reaction?
I'm actually gonna have you do our special
Oh, yes.
one. All right, so why don't you go ahead and start crushing your tablet, because we know that we need to do that. And you can fill it back in your green balloon if you would like. So we are not gonna do the oil with Tums. Nope. Just make sure that we do 2 in our lemon.
Yeah, we'll have to keep it
But you
consistent.
I didn't give it away.
What happened? What'd you do?
I
Did
might-
you give it
I
away?
might have said something.
Okay, I'm back with for the most part, no oil.
All right, Rose, can you
funnel.
measure a cup
Or
of
not
that
funnel.
and put it in there for the
Yes.
time being while
Yeah,
they're
you can
crushing
crush
there? Oh! All right, so maybe you want a hammer or something to crush this.
Do you think this mystery liquid that they probably know by now is gonna do well?
I'm not really sure what to expect. I would think so. My hypothesis would be that it will be the biggest reaction. Yeah, but I don't want to give anything else away as to why.
So yeah.
I know, he just poured it
Yeah,
for you.
Danielle said. for me
Yeah,
to.
I asked him to do it.
Okay. Well, we're gonna use the shirt.
Just don't use the shirt with oil. Aaliyah, can you please close those for me?
Yeah, it's still oily.
Alrighty. Thank you, man.
That's okay. Kind of give it a shake.
I have an idea. Could we mix it up a little bit and use 2 Tums?
I did.
Ooh.
Surprise!
Great
All right,
minds think alike.
we ready to do this?
Okay.
Wait.
We gotta put it on
Oh.
top, remember?
I forgot already.
All in the thick part, so I'll hold this part.
All right, let's see what happens.
Goggles on.
Yep, goggles
Let's
on. Do
do this thing.
you wanna hold the bottom?
Oh, they're coming out. It's not doing anything.
It's not having any reaction.
Bum bum. Wah-wah.
So,
The Tums aren't doing as much.
why do you think that the Tums might not work?
Because they're constructed differently than whatever the settler thing that I can't say.
Seltzers.
Okay.
So this one has calcium carbonate in it, and this one has sodium bicarbonate in it. And those chemical reactions are likely different. So what are we saying that is? Probably about our
So
4
this is
inches?
3.5.
I'm gonna watch this.
3.5. So the oil did have a
A
little
little
bit more air than a Tums
I did
reaction.
already account for the missing.
Anybody have, I wish we wouldn't have used both Alka Seltzer tablets, because we don't have other ones, and I'm not sure if the Tums are gonna work in our surprise.
Part of our experiment.
It's not breaking.
Yeah. So we
How'd
have
you
to like
crush these ones?
first
Just
do
do
it
it.
and then you can crush like that.
All right, Mandy, can you tell us what we're doing as our last one?
Absolutely.
Great.
So our surprise liquid is
Lemon juice.
Woo! Lemon juice. So
Now-
we're gonna add that one more next to our experiment, and that's our big surprise for today.
And lemon juice is acidic. So let's see what happens if we have an acid.
Okay, so I'll go ahead and pour the lemon juice into the cup that Mandy brought. Mandy, can you pass me the cup? Can I?
you let her pour it, please?
Okay,
Thank
here
you
you
so
go.
much.
Thank you so much.
I'll get the.
And get the balloon ready.
Messy.
That's okay, science happens.
Oh, it smells so good.
All right, before we do this,
Funnel?
what are your
Try it.
predictions?
Pass me the paper towel.
Okay, before we do this, what are your predictions that might happen?
Well, I was originally thinking that the lemon would have a good reaction, just like you said. But now I'm thinking that the lemon might not really have any reaction because the lemon didn't have any reaction, because the Tums might be the bring down.
Yep, I'm gonna actually see if I can find some Alka Seltzer. So you keep going there.
I want to try some of this. I've never tried this before.
Lemon juice? Okay.
Ooh, how did it go? What are your thoughts?
Why'd you drink lemon juice? Okay, I got the things ready, but I don't expect that good of a reaction because
It
the
smells
Tums
good.
don't react that well.
It smells good, but does not taste good.
Okay, Danielle, I'm gonna flip it, yeah?
Yeah.
Go for it.
Okay. I'm gonna
Hold the
bring this
bottom
up so
though,
I can-
Crush, okay?
Yeah,
I
yeah.
thought it was
Goggles on too.
Goggles on, do you think it's really gonna explode?
We gotta do it. We gotta be safe.
I got my goggles on. Let's see. Most likely it's not gonna do that much, just like the other Tums, but I can feel there's a little bit of air.
Can you?
Yeah. Not that
Maybe
much.
shake it a little bit.
Shake it, see if it does anything.
So that means that the
It's
water one was
more than the oil, but
Should we
ooh,
try?
actually, it's still filling a little bit. But yeah, it's just a little bit filled. It's not that good.
So
We're still gonna measure it.
I made the
Probably
decision
about
to
the
try
same
lemon
as
juice.
the other
Oh my.
Straight up, and it goes sour. It smelled so good, so I'm like, must taste good.
All right, we're at 5 inches. That's what the
I'm not
accountant.
sure what I did with my
Missing.
pen.
Oh, I gave it to Aaliyah. I did.
That's okay.
Can we use it?
I got one.
Okay.
5
right.
inches. Like a true 5 inches, or is it a 4 inches?
No, it's 5 inches because it was 6 inches. I
Excellent.
used my simple math.
Of minus
No,
one.
I got it.
We don't have confusing tools around here or anything.
No.
All right, guys, so here's what it looked like. We did not do oil and Tums. Also, one of our factors is we used 2 Tums, but we only used 1 Alka Seltzer. But honestly, what we saw was that the 6.5 inches of the balloon diameter when our Alka Seltzer was in water. Unfortunately, we didn't have Alka Seltzer to test with our lemon juice, but since we're doing digestion tomorrow, If we can find some more Alka Seltzer, I think we should try this again with lemon juice and Alka Seltzer. What do you guys think?
Yeah.
And we can let you know what happens. Actually, we'll just do it on camera, so you'll see it. It's fine. So from today, which one of these is our best reaction?
Pretty clearly, water and Alka, word that I can't say.
Water and Alka Seltzer is our best reaction. So when the Alka Seltzer reacts with an acid, it produces carbon dioxide. So to measure the reaction that occurred and the blowing up of the balloons, we can look at how much carbon dioxide is formed. How did we measure that, guys? How did we measure that reaction?
By putting the balloon over the top of the bottle and seeing how much
actually,
it inflates.
This one has gotten a little bit bigger. It's almost even filled the balloon.
Oh, wow.
Since the oil one.
See, there you go. It's just slow. That's right. The size of the balloon is going to be indicative of the strength of that reaction.
Yep. So that's all that we have for today. We will be doing some more experiments tomorrow, so make sure you don't miss out on those. We will link below the materials list and the instructions so that you can also do this at home.
I have something to add.
What?
Come on. This is one of the squishies I picked. It's a watermelon.
Beautiful. All right. Bye, guys.
Bye.